Hello children, welcome back to Math Magic with Sonia. Today I'll explain how to find the square root of a number using the long division method. Now you all will ask me, why do we need to know the long division method when we already know the repeated subtraction and prime factorization methods of finding square root? Well, although those methods are simple and interesting to use, but still when the numbers are very large, it becomes difficult to use those methods. So to overcome this, we use the long division method and I'll try to make it simple for you. Now I'll find the square root of the number 54,756, which is a perfect square number, by the method of long division. So just as we do in normal division, in this case also we draw the division bars, one on top of the number and one to the left hand side of the number. The next step is to group the number in pairs. In order to group the number in pairs or in groups of 2, we start from the right hand side or from the units place. So in this case, the first group is 56, the second is 47. Now we are left with a single digit number 5. So the third group is 5, which can be written as 5 or 05. Both are the same. Now before I proceed with the division, one important thing I would like to mention here is that if you are familiar with the squares of numbers up to 10, this method becomes even more easy and simple, because when we are grouping the number in pairs, the maximum 2-digit number we get is 99 and the nearest perfect square to 99 is 81, and we all know that 81 is 9 square. So now I proceed with the division. The first group is 5. So the next step is to find a perfect square number which is equal to this or less than this. And we know that the nearest perfect square to 5 is 4. 2 into 2 gives 4. So I write 4 here. In the divisors place I write 2. In the quotient I write 2. 2 into 2 gives 4. I subtract. I get the difference as 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. And over here I add the quotient, which gives me 4. I bring down the next number. In case of normal division, we just bring down one number. But in this case, we bring down the number in pairs. So the next pair is 47. I bring down 47. And the number in focus is 147. Now, the next step is to find, along with 4, a single digit number, which when multiplied by the same single digit number will give the value as 147 or less than that. So to explain this, I write here 4 and the missing single digit number. This can be between 0 to 9, any number, multiplied by the same single digit number should give me a number which is equal to 147 or less than that. So in order to find this number, there is an easy approximate division method which I'll show. I write 147 in the numerator and I write 4 and this missing number in the denominator. Now since I don't know this number, I leave this number. So I leave the units place number in the numerator as well. Now I have to see how many times 4 will go in 14. 4 3s is 12 and 4 4s is 16. 16 is greater than 14. So that means 4 can go maximum 3 times in 14. So I can take the missing number as 3. Otherwise I have to keep on multiplying and do the hit and trial method, which takes a long time. So I multiply with the 4 with 3, 43 into 3. 3 into 3 gives 9, 3 4s is 12. I get 129. Over here I write this missing number. In the quotients place also I multiply 43 into 3, which gives 129. I subtract, get the difference. 17 minus 9 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down the next pair. Next pair is 56. Over here I add the quotient. 46. Now the next step again, 4, 6 and a missing digit. multiplied by the same missing digit should give me a number which is equal to 1856 or less than that. Again, in order to find the missing number, I write here 4, 6, missing number multiplied by the same missing number should give me a number equal to this or less than this. Again, I do the same, repeat the same rule of approximate division. Write 1856, this time the dividend is 1856 in the numerator and the divisor is 4, 6 and the missing digit. Now, in the earlier case, I left out the units place and did the approximate division. In this case, in this step 2, I will leave out two numbers from the denominator as well as two numbers from the numerator. Draw a line here. Now I will check how many times 4 goes in 18. 4 4s is 16 and 4 5s is 20. 20 is more than 18. Since 4 goes 4 times maximum, I write the missing digit as 4 and I multiply. 4 4s are 16, carry 1, 4 6 are 24 and 1 25, carry 2, 4 4s are 16 and 2 18. So I get exactly 1856. I write here 4, in the quotients place also I write 4, over here I write 1856, subtract, the remainder comes to be 0. As soon as I get the remainder 0, it means the division is complete and the square root of the given number, which is 54,756, is the quotient, that is 234. So I can write the square root of 54,756 is equal to 234. So I hope you have understood. I will do another example to make this clear. Similarly, we find the square root of the next perfect square number 286,225. So just like we did earlier, we draw the division bars, write the number, and the next step is to group the number in pairs. So for grouping, we start from right and move towards the left. We start from the units place. So the first pair in this case is 25, the second pair is 62 and the third pair is 28. The next step is to see the first group, which is 28, and find a perfect square number which is equal to 28 or less than 28, the nearest perfect square. Now we know that 5 5s is 25 and 6 6 is 36, which is more than 28. So we take 5 square, which is 25. Write 25 here, write the square root of 25, which is 5 in the divisor's place, in the quotient's place also. 5 into 5 is 25, subtract, get the difference, 8 minus 5 gives 3, 2 minus 2 is 0. So the remainder is 3. Now we bring down the next pair, that is 62. So the new number in focus is 362. Over here we take the double of the quotient, which is 10, that is 5 plus 5. So the next step is 1 0 and a single digit number such that when multiplied by the same single digit number will give me a number which is equal to 362 or less than 362. So for this I write over here 1 0 and the single digit number multiplied by the same single digit number. I do the approximate division method. 362 divide by 1 0 and the single digit number. I leave the last digit, the units place from denominator as well as the numerator. Draw a line. I am left with 36 divided by 10. Now we know that 10 goes maximum 3 times in 36 because 10 4s is 40, which exceeds 36. That means I can take the missing single digit number as 3. 3 3s is 9, 3 0 times 0, 3 1s are 3. I get the answer as 309. I write 3 here in the divisor's place, write 3 in the quotients place. 100 into 3 gives 309. Subtract 12 minus 9 gives 3 and 5 minus 0 is 5. I am left with a remainder of 53. Bring down the next pair, which is 25. So the new number in focus is 5325. Over here I add 3. 3 plus 3 gives 6, 0 and 1. Again 106 and the single digit number multiplied by the same single digit number should give me a number which is either equal to this or less than this. So I perform the multiplication on this side, 106 and the missing digit. I do the approximate division, 5325 divided by 106 and the unknown number. Now this time I leave 2 digits starting from the units place in the denominator as well as the numerator. Draw a line. I am left with 53 divided by 10. So how many times 10 can go in 53? 5 times. That means I can take the single digit as 5, multiply and see the result. 5 5s are gives 25, carry 2, 5 6 are 30 and 2 32, carry 3, 5 zeros are 0, 3, 5 ones are 5. So I am exactly getting 5325. Then I write here 5325. Now this time when I subtract, the remainder is 0. As soon as I get the remainder 0, it means the division is complete and I have got the answer. It means that the square root of this number two 8 6 225 is equal to 535. So I hope you have understood how to find square root of perfect square numbers using the long division method. In the next part of this video, we will learn how to find square root of non-perfect square numbers using the same method.